Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, I'm looking at AMC stock on the macro and on the micro. We look at the technicals, the fundamentals, and the psychology of the market. We're going to be looking at SPY and Bitcoin briefly as well, but I focus on AMC, guys. You do not want to miss a second of this video. This is extremely in depth on the psychology, technicals, and fundamentals of the market. You're going to be glad that you watched every minute of this video to get all of the information. Again, you do not want to miss a second of this video, but without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. We're back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're looking at our favorite meme stock, AMC. I'm also going to be looking at the overall market because I do think a market crash is coming here in the next couple of months, possibly even weeks, but I think a major market crash is coming. I also think Bitcoin and AMC stock and GME stock are going to decouple from the markets and start running against the markets as the markets do see capitulation to the downside. I think that we have never seen a market like this, and we're about to experience something truly, truly amazing for AMC holders, Bitcoin holders, and people that are short the market. So let's go ahead and see what is going on. So guys, as you can see, AMC is basically in this falling wedge. I'm going to start off with looking at the macro on these assets. So as you guys can see, AMC is in this falling wedge. You guys know about this. There is a uptrend, then you have your falling wedge, and then you have another uptrend. If we go ahead and type in falling wedge on the screen, you guys can see this. I show you this all the time, guys, but as you guys can see for the people that are new, falling wedge is a bullish continuation pattern, meaning that you have a trend to the upside, then you have your falling wedge, and then you have another trend to the upside, as you guys can see here. Now, AMC is in this falling wedge. Bitcoin is also breaking out of a falling wedge. AMC is breaking out of the falling wedge as well. Bitcoin is breaking out of a falling wedge as well, and in a uptrend. If you look at the trend, super trend on the weekly time frame, it has a buy signal on a weekly time frame. Last time we had these for Bitcoin, we had this one here and this one here. Now, if you go ahead and look at SPY, so we're going to look at SPY and not S&P 500, but the SPY. As you guys can see, SPY has been in a major rally. Now it's in a downtrend and is in a huge macro bear flag, telling us that it's going to see major downside, retesting these lows of 345, 328, and maybe even 278 in that range. If you measure the price move for this bear flag, it is an extreme drop to the downside. And I think this is going to happen in the next couple of months, possibly even weeks. Now, if you look at the fundamental differences of the market structure, we can also look at the psychology as well. So the fundamentals and the technicals are telling you that these assets are different, that SPY is going to go down, Bitcoin and AMC and stuff like that's going to go up. Also, if we go ahead and look at the psychology of these particular assets, you can see that the overall market has been in a optimism, belief, thrill, and then euphoria rally. Back in 2021, you guys remember how crazy, in 2020, how crazy that bull run was. Like, you could just buy any stock and make money day trading. It was absolutely crazy. Wild market, wild time to be in. Absolute euphoria. Everyone felt like they were genius. We're all going to be rich. Now, we are in the complacency stage for the market. If you guys look at people that have not experienced a proper bear market, they're like, oh yeah, we just need to cool off. We're about to go to all-time highs. We're about to go to the moon. No, we're not going to the moon. We're not going to all-time highs. These guys have probably never seen a proper bear market. I'm telling you guys, we're about to see a major crash. That is the definition of complacency. We just need to cool off for the next rally, and that's what all the bulls are saying. Unfortunately, I cannot be bullish on the SPY. As you guys can see, the SPY is in a major downtrend and in this macro bear flag, telling us we're going to see major downside. If you go ahead and overlay the psychology chart right over top of this, you guys can see it looks exactly like that. We just need to cool off right here. This is the complacency stage. We just need to cool off before the next rally, but that's not what's going to happen. We actually have way more downside to come for SPY if you go ahead and look at the psychology and market chart. Now, if you go ahead and look at Bitcoin is fundamentally different, because if you go ahead and look at Bitcoin and see where the psychology is, you guys can see that we had our rally. This was the complacency stage here on Bitcoin. Everyone was like, oh man, we're about to go back up. We're about to go up. We just need to cool off for the next rally. Well, guess what? We hit our head on resistance and fell down, 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 down. And this is where people were getting despaired, getting shaken out. Well, guess what? Now we're in a disbelief rally, and that is what I believe for Bitcoin. So where are we at for AMC? Guys, I want to show you that AMC is breaking out of this macro falling wedge and is going into an uptrend like I explained with this falling wedge as I showed you guys here. Now, also, if you go ahead and look at the price volume trend and the on balance volume. So I'll show you guys what price volume trend is by definition. But basically, it's to determine the supply and demand of a security over time. So as you guys can see, this is the actual definition right here for you guys. And if we go ahead and look at AMC's price volume trend, it is at all-time highs, especially recently when I believe that a lot of institutions bought up AMC. If you guys look at the bottom right here, where there's a huge volume candle. If you guys can see, it goes all the way up here. I don't know if you guys can see that. You have to zoom in because it kind of distorts, but look at the volume chart. As you guys can see down here, the volume bars, there was a huge, massive amount of buying here at the bottom. It goes straight up into the price action. As you guys can see, these volume candles bars are absolutely huge. And I believe that institutions and big whales, massive players, were buying up right here because this is an accumulation phase. This was the end of the accumulation phase, and we're about to go into a run to the upside. As you guys can see, price volume trend is at all-time highs, as well as on balance volume. So the on balance volume shows you guys basically the amount of sentiment, of crowd sentiment, of people buying and holding. So this is basically showing that people have been buying and holding AMC and have been buying and holding AMC even more as of late. And as you guys can see, if we go ahead and zoom out, they are at all-time highs. You guys can see these two major spikes on these assets. If we go ahead and zoom out and see what we're looking at, you guys can see that these things are at all-time highs. So price should be much higher for AMC, and I do believe that once AMC gets this bounce here off of these crucial price levels and hold support, so we're going to get into the micro here in a second, but I believe that once AMC starts to hold this level, so I'm going to start explaining the micro for you guys. So what we need to see on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday levels I'm looking at, because once we get this bounce, I do believe that AMC is going to absolutely start to soar. Once we break this $6.20 level, I think that we are going to start to take off. Now, there's a bunch of things going on right here on the macro and the smaller time frames. Now, on the micro, on the smaller time frames, on the macro, we look absolutely amazing, but guys, you have to be patient. The macro takes time to play out. Look how long this uptrend took to play out. This was years, and these are weekly candles, so you can see this is week after week after week after week of price action up. Then the falling wedge, week after week after week after week, 2 years of the price action down. So we're going to have a long uptrend to look forward to. So guys, you have to be patient. We have a long uptrend that's going to be looking forward to, but this is just the beginning of it. There's going to be uncertainty. This is basically the disbelief rally for AMC. If you go ahead and look at what we are looking at, a lot of people can't believe, and they don't believe that AMC will go up. This is a sucker's rally. This is literally what people are saying right now. They're like, AMC is going to go back to $3. It's going to crash down. And we were already in the anger and depression phase. People are like, man, I should have never bought AMC. Look, if you know what you're looking at, you can keep your mind sound if you have all of the facts and only look at the data, only look at the charts and try to understand the psychology of what's going on. You can get ahead of the crowd, and that way you don't have to be with the crowd being depressed, because while everyone was sad and angry, I was doubling down because I knew exactly where we were at with this. So guys, as you guys can see, we are in the disbelief stage for AMC. We already had our major dump to the downside. We already had our euphoria. Look at what's going on with the psychology. Look at what's going on with the technicals. Technicals and psychology are the most important things in the market other than fundamentals. So it's technicals, psychology, and fundamentals, in my personal opinion, are the most important things you can focus on in the market to try to get ahead of the crowd. And if you look, we had our euphoria rally, and look, we had our complacency stage. This is our complacency stage right here. Look, this run up right here, as you guys can see, that's our complacency stage. If you go ahead and zoom in, That was our complacency stage. Now we have a big drop down, all of that. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. So we have our big drop down, denial and all of that stuff, going into anger and depression. And where are we at now? We are in the disbelief rally. As you guys can see for AMC, the psychology is playing out, and it is very, very clear once you understand what is going on. Also, guys, I want you to understand that the downtrend that we are in is on very, very low volume. As you guys can see, volume is literally dying out on this downtrend. This is a downtrend with low volume. Sellers are getting exhausted on AMC, and once sellers get exhausted, we will move to the upside. I want you guys to understand that, okay? So if we go ahead, selling volume is drying up on AMC. The volume is in a overall downtrend. Sellers are becoming exhausted. Once we bounce at 515 or go down to the 618 pocket at $4.90/$4.60, AMC will climb to over $6, overtake $6, and begin to run. Once we hold and break and hold $6, we will absolutely take off. And I do believe that is what the case is here for the micro on AMC. So basically what I'm looking for on Monday, again, let's go ahead and get on the micro. I'm going to look at the fundamental data and then go ahead and wrap this video up. But if you guys look at the micro for AMC, you guys can see that we are holding this $5 level. So what I want to see tomorrow on Monday, we need to break this major resistance point here. As you guys can see, we need to break this probably pre-market would be our best bet. If we can start to move up pre-market and then come down and use it as support on open and then start to trend up, then we could see movement to the upside. So AMC needs to break major support here at $5.25. If we can break that pre-market or sometime during market open, I would like to see it maybe pre-market, come up pre-market. I'll kind of plot that out for you guys so you guys can see visually. So if we can come up pre-market, then use it as support as opening when we have our morning dump and then start to take off. That would be a great possibility for AMC for a more bullish case. But if not, we will come down to the 618 pocket, which is absolutely fine. So we can come down to the 618 pocket. Again, if you see this, do not freak out because there's major resistance right here. So let's say we hit our head on resistance pre-market, then go ahead and go like this and come down to the 618 pocket and then get a pump to the upside and then start to head back to $6. Now, once we get this bounce here, I do believe AMC is going to start to soar. MACD on the 1 hour time frame is slowly starting to cross over. We could possibly be getting a cross here on the 2 hour time frame. So we could potentially be holding these spots. RSI is doubling down here on, or double bottoming here on the oversold territory. So this could potentially be the bottom, but if we do not break that resistance, we will see it come down just a little bit more and hit that 416 or 460, 490 region, get a bounce and push it upside. And I think it is going to absolutely take off once we break that $6.20 level and hold that as support. As you guys can see, we have a massive amount of gamma. Now, this is last week's call options, but the call options is absolutely insane. Loaded on both sides on the options chain, but we have a ton of gamma past $6 if we can get past $6. And if we can hold that, AMC likes to run because there's little support and resistance. And if we can get past those price levels, we could see AMC really start to take off. And I do think this is coming absolutely soon. I think we've seen a lot of evidence of big whales, big people buying here down at this recent bottom. As you guys can see, we had this huge volume spikes. We can see that volume is drying up. Sellers are getting exhausted. This is a downtrend on low volume, telling you that it's going to end soon, that it's not a strong downtrend. And we are looking good for a bullish uptrend overall, breaking out of this macro falling wedge and start to make a uptrend towards higher highs. And if you go ahead and take your low to your high, this can give you your breakout target for your falling wedge. And as you guys can see, our uptrend is going to take us at or past all-time highs. And I do believe that is going to be the case for AMC. If we go ahead and look at the algorithms and the bars pattern type side of things, you guys can see that we have had some pretty similar price action. Now, my theory on this side of things is that the algos are dragging things out, that these price actions take longer. I'm not into the bars pattern as much, but I use them as a guide. But as you guys can see, we had very similar price actions. So I'm going to describe this for you guys real quick and let you guys see where we're at with these bars patterns / algos. So as you guys can see, we had a 3 peak top, 1, 2, 3 peak top, a sharp drop down to a new low. This is the 2020 run up, and this is the 2021 run up. As you guys can see, 3 peak top, then a drop to a new low. Then you have this falling wedge consolidation. Then you push to the upside. Then you consolidate. slide, kind of push down, and then you ramp up. As you guys can see, that was the 2020 run up. Now this is the 2021 run up. You have 3 peak top, 1, 2, 3 peak top, push down to a new low. As you guys can see, this is a new low. Then you have your pennant or your falling wedge type consolidation, and then you push to the upside, you consolidate, and then you push to the upside a little bit more. Now, if we go ahead and look at AMC's current price action, what we are seeing on AMC right now is very, very, very similar. So we have a 3 peak top, 1, 2, 3 peak top, a drop down to a new low. As you guys can see, this is a new low where buying was incredible. As you guys can see, massive volume candles, people buying throughout this whole rally, really, as you guys can see, buying much more substantially than any other time. As you guys can see, I believe whales and smart traders, everyone is loading up because they know that this technical pattern in this breakout is coming. And as you guys can see, we have the 3 peak top, then we drop to the new low. We have that pennant type consolidation right here. As you guys can see, this pennant type consolidation, and I think we're about to start to push to the upside. That is what I'm thinking, in my personal opinion. Once we get this bounce, I think we're going to push to the upside and see a new uptrend for AMC, which aligns with the macro, showing us that we are in a uptrend. It aligns with the macro on the bigger time frame, showing us that we are in an uptrend, that we are breaking out of this falling wedge. Also, on the monthly time frame, we're about to get this monthly cross, showing us that on the bigger time frames, we're about to go into a uptrend. As you guys can see, we are in the falling wedge pattern. We're breaking out of that, pushing to the upside. Then we're going into an uptrend. If you go ahead and look at the psychology of AMC as well, we've already had our stages of, so we had our complacency stage. This was the complacency stage right here, this upwards type movement after this big euphoria rally. We just need to cool off before a new rally. Then we have our big dump down. As you guys can see, our big dump down. We start going into our depression stage right here, depression stage, and now we're going into a disbelief rally. And as you guys can see, even the disbelief rally has a slight pullback that's very similar to what we're seeing on AMC right now. As you guys can see, we have a drop to a new low. As you guys can see, we had our complacency stage, then we dropped to a new low. That was the knife on AMC. Then we start to push up, and then we have our disbelief rally. Disbelief rally starts to pull back a little bit, but guess what happens after that? You have your hope, recovery, optimism, belief, thrill, and then euphoria once again. And guys, this is coming for AMC. This is what is happening. It's the macro. It just takes time to play out. It always takes longer than you want it to, but if you're patient, you get rewarded. And I've done this time and time and time again with trading massive accumulation trades over years, over weeks, over months. And these are the best trades that will change your whole life. I'm telling you guys, these trades will change your whole life once you land one of these big accumulation trades. I'm telling you guys, these macro trades are everything. And this is what I focus on, big macro movements where I can accumulate over a long period of time, then make a big profit off a big move. So guys, this is what I think is coming for AMC. I think the technicals, the fundamentals, and the psychology all align for this. I think that Bitcoin is going to decouple from the market. I think that the stock market is going to see an absolute crash. And I think that I proved all of that in this video. So guys, this is basically everything I have for you. Hopefully you found this video informative. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. And guys, remember when Adam Aaron said this as well?
I can tell you that I've never given any serious thought to splitting our stock or a reverse split of our stock. That's point number one. Point number two, we have absolutely no plans to split our stock or do a reverse split of our stock. What?
Do you guys remember when Adam Aaron said that? Yeah, I do. He had me fooled with ape. I'm about to go in just a small rant. He had me fooled with ape, guys. It is okay if he had you fooled too, but guys, he is not on our side. If we had a CEO that was actually fighting for us instead of trying to rob our value to save the company, we would have squeezed over and over and over again. But guys, I believe that none of this matters at this point. In my personal opinion, I want everyone to know that Adam Aaron is against us so they can be awake, so they can focus, and so they don't let the reverse split or anything interfere with our plans, because they were literally so close to ending everything, in my personal opinion. But by the grace of God and by the grace of everyone, we are pulling through, and I believe that we are now in a really good place. I think I showed you guys all that with the market psychology, with the technicals, with the fundamentals on the macro, guys. This is what I have for you. So again, if you found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like. You can check me out on Discord. It is $150 per entry, 150 per entry for a lifetime entry, but all my best work, all my best trades, and I talk about stocks, cryptos all day long, as well as giving you stock picks and trades on there as well. 150 per entry. Go ahead and @ me on Twitter, or go ahead and ask me for an invite. I'll get back to you guys, send you the invite. You can get in the server, in the waiting room, waiting payment, and then I'll put you in the server as soon as you make payment. But guys, that is everything I have for you. As always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, guys, that was the video. Hopefully you found it informative. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. I talk about Bitcoin, crypto, stocks all day long. And if you want even more, you can check me out on Discord, 150 per entry. Go ahead and hit me up for the invite on Twitter or on YouTube. I'll get back to you guys. And guys, as always, I truly appreciate each and every one of you that drops love, shows loves in the comments, and presses like. It really does mean the world to me. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.